In 1985, oceanographer and Naval Reserve Commanding Officer Robert Ballard stunned the world when he found the Titanic. The real story, though, behind that mission remained a highly classified U.S. government Cold War secret for decades. The good news for all of us this morning, it is a secret no more.
The Titanic, an iconic shipwreck, remained a maritime mystery for decades after its tragic sinking in 1912. It took a daring secret Cold War Navy mission to uncover not only the Titanic, but also two other unrelated vessels. How did a Cold War mission lead to the Titanic's discovery? What was the crucial condition that the U.S. Navy put forth when Ballard requested funding for his dream of discovering the Titanic? Check out the picture. Can you wrap your mind around the irony that this wreck was once hailed as the world's most magnificent cruise ship, where the richest once walked around basking in their wealth? In this video, we'll explore the never-ending mystery of the Titanic's fate and unravel the secrets hidden within its watery grave. The Titanic, a famously unsinkable ship, had sunk in the depths of the icy Atlantic on that fateful night on April 15, 1912, making the unthinkable happen. Undoubtedly, this was the most famous shipping disaster in history. A Franco-American team commanded by Robert Ballard finally found the wreck after numerous failed attempts. Behind the scenes, a hidden agenda shrouded in secrecy propelled this daring mission forward. The United States Navy had covertly orchestrated the entire operation. What eventually came to light in 2018 and left the world spellbound about the 1985 expedition that discovered the Titanic. In a stunning twist of events, the year 2018 shed new light on the enigmatic 1985 expedition that unveiled the haunting wreckage of the Titanic. Robert Ballard was able to disclose that the squad had actually taken part in a covert U.S. military mission thanks to the classified material. The investigation of two nuclear submarines that had sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic was the goal of the operation. Ballard served as a commander in the U.S. Navy in the 1980s. He had been constructing an underwater research vessel in order to fulfill his lifelong desire to locate the Titanic, but he was unable to secure enough funding for the project. So he turned to the U.S. Navy for assistance. Ronald Thunman, the Deputy Chief of Naval Operations for Submarine Warfare, was receptive, but a mysterious agreement was quietly forged. The Navy would grant Ballard the cash and the chance to search for the Titanic, but there was a catch. He would have to first investigate the USS Thresher and USS Scorpion shipwrecks. Ballard found it to be a bitter pill to swallow, as he was forced to put the Navy's covert aim ahead of his original goal. Confident in the capabilities of his advanced technology to reach and capture images of the submarines, Ballard willingly agreed to lend his expertise. Ballard made his intentions clear, setting his sights on charting a course towards the legendary Titanic. He was determined to go the extra mile and delve into unexplored depths. Thunman admitted that his reply to Ballard was rather curt. He emphasized that the purpose was to study the sunken vessels, making it clear that the focus should not waver. Thunman asserted that once Ballard had completed his task, if time permitted, he was allowed to venture into uncharted territory. He never explicitly authorized Ballard to look for the Titanic. John Layman, the Secretary of the Navy, knew of the plan. The Thresher and Scorpion, two American nuclear submarines, sank in the 1960s under mysterious circumstances. Why did the military want to search for the whereabouts of these two nuclear submarines? If you liked the video so far, do hit the like button, and while you're at it, subscribe to our channel as well. Now back to the video. The nuclear weapons that were on the Scorpion at the time it sank were a mystery to the military. The Navy also wanted to investigate how nuclear reactors affected the marine ecosystem. It was necessary to have this information in order to assess the environmental safety of disposing of further nuclear materials in the oceans. The Navy was also interested in determining whether there was any proof that the Soviets had shot down the Scorpion. The two subs needed to be investigated as quietly as possible. The U.S. Navy had its reasons. After all, the Cold War was still in effect. The Navy was concerned that the Soviets would not even be aware that the investigation was taking place. Ballard's findings demonstrated that the nuclear reactors on the ocean floor were secure and had no negative effects on the ecosystem. The analysis also demonstrated that Thresher most likely sank following a nuclear power collapse caused by a piping breakdown. The Scorpion's specifics are less certain. There was no evidence that the ship was hit by an external weapon of any kind. They have finished exploring the two sunk nuclear submarines. There were only 12 days left on the journey for Ballard and his expedition crew to look for and find the Titanic. The wreckage was discovered on the 8th day, September 1st, 1985. Ballard and his crew members watched as the robotic submersible delivered images of the Titanic's boiler. It was the first time anyone had seen the renowned cruise ship in more than 75 years. Ballard excitedly stated, "We got it. scoring the winning goal at the buzzer, rediscovered the Titanic. It's such an amazing story with heroes, villains, and everything in between that will never ever go away, he added. Our voyage through the mysteries of the Titanic's Cold War mission unfolded the hidden truths and connected the dots. Where there's still untold secrets and submerged mysteries lying hidden beneath the vast ocean floor, awaiting their moment to be revealed to the world, please leave a comment below and click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already.